It's a real joyful act when you can bring your purpose to work every day, even for me personally, right? That I can bring purpose to my work. The campaigns are a lot of fun, but when you actually know that you're making impact on people's lives, that's what makes it fun for me. It's very joyful. And you can see that across all of our employees when they're engaged in these activities and these activations, that you're not just doing work to say, oh, I'm in the game of attracting someone, or I'm trying to build an audience. It's actually, you're actually trying to connect with your community in a very deep way.
What is the foundation behind the foundation maker? Today, we're looking at e.l.f. Beauty, a brand that has mastered the art of disruption. From unconventional history to high-stakes collaborations, Laurie Lam has been at the center of it all. She's here to share how a commitment to diversity and social responsibility has turned e.l.f. into a household name and a nearly $2 billion success story. I'm Leslie Blunt, and this is Campaign Chemistry. Well, Laurie, thank you so much for being with us today. I'm very excited to get into this conversation.
It's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. I've been covering a lot of your work. You guys have been extremely busy.
Busy, indeed.
In all the good way. So if you could just kick it off with describing your role in your day-to-day at e.l.f.
Oh boy. All right. That's a loaded question. I would say that the simplest way to put it is I'm actually, as the chief brand officer at e.l.f. Cosmetics, what I have the privilege of doing is actually helping to steer and guide where our e.l.f. brand's going, what our vision is, what our strategy is, laying out our marketing calendar, our campaigns, our amazing collabs that I know you love as well. And that's what we really have the opportunity to do at my role. I like to say that I set a strategy and I also help set the table when we're coming together for team meetings.
Yes. And you've got quite a few brands. Of course, e.l.f.
We've got our namesake brands.
You've got the namesake. You've got Skin. You've got Key Soul Care. You've got, and you just added Rhode to the
Rhode
collection.
Editorium. We've got a really wonderful multi-category, multi-global portfolio.
I love that because it basically spans across all ages, and it's multi-generational. You've got something that serves everyone.
Yes, that's one of the things I love most about the e.l.f. brand is how multi-generational it is. I walk into rooms where I hang out with my nephews and my nieces, and they're talking about e.l.f. in one room. And then I'll walk over and see my aunties, and they're talking about the e.l.f. lip gloss that I got them and how they brought it to their Mahjong club. So it gives me a lot of pride when I see that happen.
That's great. And even though I have other questions, that's actually got me thinking. Yeah. I'm going to jump right into cosmetic criminals. One of your many glorious campaigns is the cosmetic criminal, and I love that Niecy Nash was in it, and
our LFBI.
Yeah. It was so funny. And if you, the listener, have not seen that, you need to see it. You need to see it. You need to look it up. Back to cosmetic criminals, because it's basically, a family. Everyone in the family is really all about.
It's a whodunit. It's a whodunit.
Even the dad is involved.
Everyone is guilty. Again, if you haven't seen it, you got to go see Cosmetic Criminals. It's a wonderful piece. The genesis for that campaign was actually, we listen to our community like there's no other. We tune the e.l.f. in. When you tune the e.l.f. in and you have your ear to the ground and you're listening to your community, and when you're a company that's built on listening to your community and responding to consumer feedback, it's actually not hard to find the insights because they're all in your social. And we actually found this insight of where people were talking about how they were hiding their cosmetics from their children. And they were hiding their cosmetics from their mothers. They were putting them in fridges. They were stashing them in bears. They were taking them and putting them in all different places. And we said, you know what, there's an insight here, right? Mothers were telling us that they were buying 3 just to make sure that they had 1 left at the end of the day because they're sisters and who would get into it. So we found that there was this thing coming up, which was intergenerational cause crime. Oh. And we decided to call it e.l.f. pinching, which is when you borrow products from someone without the intention of ever returning it. So you're not going to return it. It's like I'm borrowing a pen. It's never going to come back to you. I'm going to keep it. This one glides great. Same thing with makeup. And we found that that was what was happening in e.l.f. households. So we created this entire 14-minute docu-parody that actually covered it. We brought in Niecy Nash. We brought in some really great names to actually help carry the story through of where you had this crime that was happening in households because e.l.f. was so good that everyone wanted a piece of it. But the moral of that story was until the very end, where that girl's screaming at the top of her lungs, e.l.f. is so affordable, just go get your own. One of my favorite campaigns.
And then you followed it up this year with Vanity Vandals.
We couldn't just let that go there. Cosmetic criminals is something that we see. It's our community telling us what they're feeling, what they're going through. So we followed it up this year with Vanity Vandals, still along that cosmetic crime, docu-crime series. And we also brought in Alex Bono, who is our acclaimed director that worked with us on the first one. And we brought it back in this world of e.l.f. is so covetable and desirable that actually, I don't know if you know this, but 1 out of 5 relationships actually end over bathroom behavior.
No,
Is that crazy?
That's a real stat.
It's a real stat. I mean, I can kind of, me and my husband and I would actually, we were like, yeah, okay, that's why we have to have 2 different separate sinks. But it's actually true. Roommates, think about it. People who live together, siblings, it's like your side, my side. And when you have too many e.l.f. blushes, because there's many formats, right? There's let's go through the formats. There's liquid, there's putty, there's cream, there's powder. And when you have that and you have all the shades, just think about what your sink looks like. And that was an insight we found from our e.l.f. girlies that were using our products. They were running out of sink space because we were so covetable and accessible and desirable. So we decided to create a really fun series called Vanity Vandals. Who's the Vanity Vandal in your life? I don't know. I would say between me and my husband, I'm the Vanity Vandal, but I don't know.
I have the luxury of living alone and I have an editor, so it's like everything I need.
Everything goes into there.
All over the side. But also...
You have a system.
I do.
Yeah.
Also, it's just me, so who cares? I judge me. That's it.
Oh, that's the only way it should be.
Also, I kind of love that Phoebe, is it Jennifer?
Yes.
But like, I loved her more in this than I did in Bridget.
Really? Yeah. A lot of people actually told us how much she loved seeing her in this because she was playing this different role, right? She was this girl who, she wasn't, I can't say that she was Delulu, but she clearly couldn't understand what her problem was because she doesn't have a problem, just like any Elfie. She is e.l.f. obsessed and she can't have just one cheek product. There is the one that you use for date nights. There is the one that you use for maybe your Zoom calls. There's the one that you use for going out with your girls. Can't get enough.
And then you also, one thing I love about you guys is you're so tapped into the zeitgeist. So like you also have a heated rivalry star in this
the mom.
campaign.
We brought in the mom. We had to. I mean, we know all the heated rivalry fans out there. They got a kick out seeing the mom again in a different role, right? She was here being a profiler, behavioral profiler, again, to break through that bathroom behavior, that insight. So we needed to bring in the pros. We need to bring in the big guns for this one.
Yes. Yeah. And so through this conversation and then also just in general, based off of what I've been seeing through the coverage is like, you guys are just really tapped into your consumer. You're into the data. You're asking them, you have a very engaged community. I don't really know if I had a question so much as a kudos.
Oh, thanks. It's actually not that hard when it's actually who you are. At the heart of this brand, when we think about the story and the origin story of e.l.f., we started as a father-son duo who thought that they had a vision, they had a dream that they were going to sell premium cosmetics over the internet for $1 in 2004. By all means, all of those things that I just said are crazy, unimaginable, impossible, never going to turn a profit. And I can tell you right now, e.l.f. is on track. We're on track to be a $2 billion company. So this, for us, is actually in our DNA. We are built on disruption. We're also built on the fact that they were listening to the consumer very early on the internet, what they liked, what they didn't like. And it became a continuous, virtuous, iterative process of getting better product, getting an innovation pipeline in. And they had their ear to the ground and they were tuning into what the community wanted. They're a very loyal community. It's no different than what we're actually doing today. That's why I say it's in our DNA, because we still have our ear to the ground. We are listening to what our community says, and we're acting on it in real time. So, cosmetic criminals, tuning into where our community goes, going on platforms where our community is in a very authentic way that they're like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" We're like, "But we're with you. Of course we're here." And these are some of the things that I think sets brands apart today when you recognize that your brand actually belongs to the community that you serve. And you're here to actually use them as a North Star, if you will, to guide what it is that you're going to do next. And so many things that we've been doing in our innovation pipeline, acting on our holy grail, power grip, halo glow. I love to tell you some of those stories too, because they are listening to our community and acting on it.
Wow. And like like you said, you're in all the spaces because you've been on Roblox. You were like one of the first brands there.
Yeah. we were one of the first brands there because our community actually asked for us to come on there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we came on to community. We've got one of the number one branded experiences now. It's amazing on what we can do. And we've been able to build that into different realms of not just gameplay, but actually tycoonship, teaching people entrepreneurship, bringing young ones in and actually helping them with financial entrepreneurship and giving them that sort of platform to do that in a safe way. It's one of the things that I think E.l.f. really lives out to achieve in its purpose. That's going beyond the platform.
I see. That is incredible. And now you're taking that advocacy and that you're expanding that now in the sports space. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you're not new to it.
We've been doing it for some time.
You've been doing it for some time.
Democratizing access to playing fields.
Yes. And you have one of the biggest advocates, Billie Jean King.
Oh, she's amazing. She's amazing. And she's been an absolute inspiration to us.
She just graduated.
She just graduated yesterday. It's amazing. She walked across the stage. She gave an amazing speech that I think drew tears and I think was more above anything. I think it was inspiring for people to hear that. And she's been an incredible advocate for equity and equality, not just on the courts, but off the courts. And we've really partnered with Billie Jean King in a very meaningful way. First and foremost, even building our campaigns around what does it mean to have boardroom diversity? And what does it mean to bring equality into the boardroom? And we've worked with her even on what Give E.l.f., which was our annual impact report that we put out. It was actually our fourth one. Super proud of that because our community truly cares. And we did a Give E.l.f. campaign to highlight not just the amazing work in terms of like what we do, our sustainability, our roadmap to getting better and improving our processes and what have you, and our workplace diversity and et cetera, et cetera. But it was also sort of a marker for us to talk about what our community cared about. So we did a really interesting campaign. Some people are like, wait, it's just a CSR. It's just an annual report. Why would you need a campaign? But because our community cares, that's why. And we saw that with our third annual impact report. So this time we doubled down and we created a campaign called Give E.l.f. And our Give E.l.f. campaign, more than us talking about it, we actually gave the mic to the community to talk about it. We brought in individuals like Amanda Wynn, we brought in individuals like Paul Rice to talk about what they give an E.l.f. about. We asked our community to share with us, what do you give an E.l.f. about? And actually turn that into something that became an event in New York City where we also created a booth and asked our community to come see us and tell us what they care about. Because what we do is we give over 2% of our profits from our net profits from the year prior. We actually give it to causes that people care about, not only our employees, but also our community. And this was an amazing way for us to actually extend that broader beyond our walls.
So not only are you giving the people affordable cosmetics, you're also giving them a lot to look up to, as far as I'm concerned. And it's like, that's all.
Now, I think the world would be a better place if all companies, and we can invite more brands to come in and do that with us.
Well,
it's a real joyful act when you can bring your purpose to work every day, even for me personally, right? That I can bring purpose to my work. The campaigns are a lot of fun, but when you actually know that you're making impact on people's lives, that's what makes it fun for me. It's very joyful. You can see that across all of our employees when they're engaged in these activities and these activations, that you're not just doing work to say, oh, I'm in the game of attracting someone or I'm trying to build an audience. You're actually trying to connect with your community in a very deep way.
I love that so much. You're not just about external beauty, you're also about the beautiful heart.
Yeah.
Now, for our listener who may not be familiar with who Amanda and Paul are, could you just tell them?
Yeah, sure. Paul Rice, founder of Fair Trade Practices. We've been partnering with him for quite some time. I think every E.l.f. in our company has a copy of his book. If you haven't found it, I would say go search for it. I don't know, Amazon or Barnes & Noble. You do you. But it's an incredible journey in watching him fight for workers, right? And change the lives and the livelihood of other workers. And for us as a company to work with that, with individuals like Paul Rice, it's meaningful, right? And we're one of the first beauty brands to actually be FTC certified. So it makes us extremely proud of being able to make impact again in different ways. So it's not just about making product and, the beauty, as you say, right?
Yes. Yeah. And Amanda?
Amanda Nguyen, I actually know Amanda. She's an incredible advocate for sexual assault survivors. What she has done in terms of legislation and fighting day in and day out for individuals. She's also just a really strong voice, and I think that when you see someone who is young and standing on her own and deciding that she's not going to give up on her dreams, and she doesn't want others to give up on their dreams either. And if e.l.f. can actually extend our platform to someone like Amanda, and the first time we partnered with her was in our Show Yourself Purpose series. We now have, I think, 5 or 6 in our Purpose series. And it's incredible when, again, you can give the mic to others in a very meaningful way for them to talk about their causes. And it's not just a reflection of your values as a company, but you're democratizing access to others' dreams. And Amanda was someone that we were very happy to support her in her endeavors, but also her ability to go to space.
Yes.
She went to space last year, and it was an incredible journey for her to realize that her dreams didn't stop because of something that happened in her life. Instead, she actually doubled down on it and went after it.
I went to her Women Breaking Barriers event at the UN, and there were so many other women astronauts. Yeah. And it was just incredible to be in that room and just be amongst like so many 100%. Other incredible women who all have gone through, their own adversity, and there they are on that stage.
I have that photo on my desk as a reminder of the strength that they carry.
Yeah. And they didn't let it stop them.
No.
It just fueled their fire.
It fueled their fire. That's exactly what it did. It pushed them even further.
Yes. And the Show Yourself, I know, well, first of all, I love Flau'jae Johnson.
Flau'jae. She is so talented.
She is.
Talk about multi-hyphenate.
Like, ma'am, not only are you an incredibly skilled baller, but
top pick.
Top pick and a rapper who... She spits.
I know.
My God.
Yeah. Someone asked me, they're like, would you rather battle her in a rap, or would you rather in music, or would you rather actually go out on the court? I was like, neither.
Right.
Neither.
I would not like to choose.
Yeah. And she has a full beat, and she's able to do her makeup. She's wickedly talented. We're really, really proud of her, and really, really happy that she's part of the e.l.f. family.
That's a good ad. And I did notice, well, you have a few people, but one of them is a trans man.
Yeah. Chellaman. Chellaman is, talk about multi-hyphenate. I can't even, like, his roster is like, reads like a CVS receipt, or his resume, if you will. An incredible individual with a really, really kind heart. He, again, talk about adversity, deaf and hard of hearing. He's really speaking up for a very different community that normally is underserved. And I think that's what really gravitated our team to want to work with him, because he has a story to tell. And when you actually listen to what he says, and when you actually look at what he has overcome in his life to now become a movie star, you're like, how? And you said, and for him, it's actually just going after himself and being who he is and leaving his truth very boldly. That's inspiring for everyone.
Oh, how do you find all of these incredible stars? The community brings
not by ourselves, not by myself, certainly. I think even when I entered e.l.f., at the time, I think was grow our awareness, grow our brand awareness, help grow our share and our awareness. And we were at 13% unaided awareness. Today, I'm very proud to say that we're at 45% last year in unaided awareness, grew 3 times. And part of that work is doing the campaigns, but also part of that is actually bringing our purpose and who we are, bold disruptors of a kind heart, to the table, right? And doing that, you can't go at it alone. So it's me and the team, right? Super proud of the fact that I'm with that team doing that kind of work every single day. And one of the things is when you think about it, we don't go at it alone. It means you have to attract others with you, and you have to bring others with you. It means your orbit can't just be you alone. It has to be, you have to build that amazing team, but you also have to build a larger orbit of kindred spirits that want to work with you and have the same values and have the same purpose, have the same philosophies. They have shared beliefs with you, shared behaviors, and you bring them with you to actually find, and magnetically those people pull into your orbit because you all have the same North Star.
So you're bringing more than an affinity for beauty, also purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Bold disruptors of kind heart means you have to be bold in what you're doing, your actions, but you also have to be heartful.
One of your more well-known campaign stars, Melissa McCarthy,
Oh my
and
gosh.
it was one of my favorite Super Bowl Super
Yeah.
Bowl spots.
Yeah.
Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa. This was our fourth time in the big game of doing some sort of activation. And she was one, not only was she incredible to work with, but the roster which we built for this big game campaign was phenomenal. You want to talk about it?
Yes, please. Because I also love that you had like the telenovela Scream Queen. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it.
So first and foremost, there were a lot of insights that were guiding us towards this. The genesis of this one was a long list, but I'll just spotlight a few. So first and foremost is that e.l.f. actually 18% of households and consumers buying e.l.f. are actually Hispanic. And the surprising thing, maybe that's not surprising, but that's actually 29% higher than the average. So we actually over index. And so we know that we have a lot of people in our Latin Hispanic community that are e.l.f. lovers and e.l.f. obsessed, right? They're just like Phoebe. They're probably vanity vandals too and cosmetic criminals in their best way with their family.
Right. Healthy.
Yeah. And one of the things also was because we also, like you mentioned, we have our ear to the ground, right? Culture is a part of who we are. We live in the intersection of cultural relevance and emotional resonance. And one of the things that we also recognized was that there was some conversations happening around our halftime performer, right? And whether or not you'd be able to understand what's happening and what he is singing about. And I can't say, like, I don't even know how he does what he does. He's also ridiculously talented. But anyway, I digress. We'll get off that topic and we'll just talk about the fact
Unless
that
he stars in your next campaign.
If I can put it out in this orbit right here, I am putting it out
We're
there. I am
the
manifesting
veto.
this. Bad Bunny, come to us. So one of the things that we realized was, those conversations, cultural conversation, the discourse that was happening. And as a brand that is, we are renegades, but we also have a bias for action, right? And when we know that our community is Hispanic, and this is actually something that's very relevant to them, we decided to put our insights together on the table and think about what was actually happening. We put together a campaign that was going to talk about how Melissa McCarthy, with our lip oil, which is one of our best-selling products for 2 years in a row, where one sells, I think, every 2.5 seconds. When you put it on your lips, you're nice and glossy. When you're nice and glossy, your lips get a little slippery. And all of a sudden, the e.l.f. Español just comes out of you. So I don't want to ruin it for those who haven't seen the spot yet, right? Because it's on our YouTube.
More homework for you guys.
e.l.f. Cosmetics YouTube. But one of the things about this spot that made it so phenomenal was we put together an all-star team. So not only Melissa McCarthy, which brought the star power, but Itati Cantoral, who is, as you said, I will call her telenovela royalty. That women should walk around for crown, right? If you grew up watching telenovelas, everyone knows who Itati is. And her signature look, her signature scream, her signature bringing the teledrama, like the drama to everything. And then, of course, we brought in, you've got to have a hot doctor. You can't have
And you did.
a telenovela without a crash out, a hot doctor, a hospital scene, all the things. And so we brought in Nicholas Gonzalez for that. He was perfect for it, right? He just wears that doctor coat and you're like, tell me what to do. Take my vitamins, I got it. And so we brought in this all-star team, including our Glow Reviver lip oil. Incredible gloss, by the way. I think we have one in the bag for you, $9. Incredible value compared to the Prestige, which is around $40, just letting you know. You can get about 4, 5 for the price of one. But we brought these stars together to create this amazing big game campaign. And it was talking about how, hey, guess what? You can speak Espanol. And we're not trying to say the lip oil creates Espanol. We're saying that your lips get really nice and glossy and moisturized, that you can roll those R's. And I won't attempt to do that here because I'd probably embarrass myself royally. But what was so incredible about this campaign is that we were really able to reach a community of ours in a way that they not only found it humorous, they couldn't believe that we got a Tati, right? But we saw incredible sales lift also on our Glow Reviver lip oil because people recognize the value and the amazing gloss that Melissa had on her lips.
Amazing.
When we built Melissa, we didn't just want to come out there. We thought about how we actually have credibility in this area because we've actually do speak e.l.f. Español. And I say e.l.f. Español because we've actually had and built on a legacy of telenovelas that we've already built. So we have this amazing series called Describe el Efecto, and it talks about the amazing effect that e.l.f. can have on you in dramas. Okay, talk about, again, bringing in the telenovela drama that we all love, the romance, the betrayal, the trust, the lying, the hospital scene, the crash out, right? All of those things that make it so entertaining, elfing entertaining. And we brought those elements together in a series called Describio Effecto. So really, Melissa was building on this incredible genre that we've already built with telenovelas. Our community just got another gem, another gem in their elf-made entertainment platform.
Okay, I love that you guys have like your own vocabulary.
We have our own vernacular. Yeah. It's actually a lot of fun. As a brand person who's a brand tried and true, the last 25 something years working on brands, I love that we have our own vernacular.
I feel like you guys are the only ones who have it, or you're the only ones who really get away with it in a way that's just so entertaining.
Yeah. In all of my career, I feel like the roles that I've had and the brands that I've played, I either have assimilated to the vernacular, bringing in the language, or even the way I dress, or the color codes of a brand. You know, for a while I worked for a brand and everything that I had was yellow. Everything I had was red at some point.
I used to work in cosmetics and fragrances at Saks Fifth Avenue, so I always wore black. Always black.
Yeah.
Even when I left, even when I left that world, you couldn't get me in color for a while. Yeah. I was just like black, all black, everything. Look at me. I'm in a gray top. It's just like
black is classic, black is chic.
It's true. And then also it's just slimming.
It's true. It's a very forgiving color.
Indeed. What is something that you believe e.l.f. Beauty does exceptionally well, and one thing you are still aspiring to improve?
One thing I think we do exceptionally well is acting in real time. It is something that I think because of our DNA disruption, because of the way we're built, if you think about it, e.l.f. is actually just 22 years old or 22 years young. Depends how you want to look at it. The perspective can shift. Relative to other mass beauty brands and the giants, we are young. Relative to D2C native brands today, we're considered old. However, it's more important to think about the culture in which we live in and the way that we run, right? So the culture is move fast, e.l.f. speed is a thing, another terminology I'm going to throw out there. We also are very agile, we're very nimble. We're small enough to act quickly like a startup. And that's what I feel like I walked into after 20 something years at L'Oreal. But we're nimble and we're big enough to do great things, right? And to make impact in the positive way that you've seen in some of our campaigns that we've helped shape. So that's been sort of incredible. And when you think about that in the brand, you have that ability to move really quickly. And that's what we're doing really well, right? Pivoting in real time, listening to our consumer, tuning the e.l.f. in and responding into it in a way that our community is like, whoa, how did you do that so quickly? And I think one of the things that we probably could do better is figure out how to get more days in the year to do the amount of work that we want to do. Yeah. Haven't cracked that one yet.
If only. Time travel. I don't know. Oh my God. So, being a 22-year-old brand, obviously, you've had some challenges. Not everything's been smooth. So what are some of the learnings that you have acquired in those 22 years?
So many learnings, and how much time do you have? I would say that one of the things, though, learnings are just a part of what we do. Failures are a part of what we take on. And I think this goes beyond e.l.f. This goes beyond, this is actually my own personal philosophy as well, is that you fail forward, right? You take the learnings, oh, that didn't work. That social campaign didn't work. Okay, let's pivot. What do we learn from it? How do we grow from it? Oh, great. We went into maybe distribution and we maybe missed a shade. Great. What do we do next time? Think harder about our assortment, be more intentional about it. We shot these models, but we missed one. And, it's things like that. It's everything. You kind of think and give yourself an opportunity to learn from it and just reflect quickly and say, okay, there were some learnings there. Even when you have a win, you should always build that habit of doing it. So you build that in and you kind of could coach others to do that as well.
Amazing. Love it. Could you give us a little peek at what's on e.l.f. Beauty's vision board for the next 5 years? What trends would you like to declare as out in beauty marketing, and what trends would you declare as in for the coming year?
The other day I was just talking to someone about how trends change so much, and I'm so thankful for Gen Z, honestly, because there are some trends that they helped for the better. I will tell you one that I grew up with was just trends of very thin eyebrows. Okay. And at one point in my life, when I was about 15 or 16, I didn't have eyebrows, right? They were so small, but that was the trend. No one gets it now because they look back and like, why would you do that? And I have to actually thank Gen Z for bringing some of these beauty trends that I'm seeing today. So I'm going to put the fact that I think seeing Gen Alpha, and I've got 2 Gen Alpha girls, I put them on my personal vision board, and I put them on the vision board of E.l.f. as well, because I actually believe that they're the ones that are going to be these continuous trend shapers to tell us what's important, right? Not only causes that are important to them, there's that part, but what they're interested in, right? What is culture? What is culture going to look like? What are the things that they're going to want to get into? So I put those on our vision board because I do believe that the future is bright. I do believe that they are our future and they're going to guide us. And I do believe that they're the future elfies right now that are cosmetic criminals taking products out of my bag, my cosmetics bag to use.
And right now you're encouraging me to be that same cosmetic criminal.
Well, you're going to be a vanity vandal now too, because we're giving you some elfie obsessed products there.
I love it. Thank you for showing me a
Feeding
life
your
of
addiction.
crime. It's terrible. Love it. Okay. So what advice would you give aspiring beauty industry professionals navigating a landscape that's constantly evolving with innovation, but still rooted in foundation?
Well, I think it was actually in your answer right there. You have to, you're like, so for you, it actually is in your answer, right? You have to be rooted in insights. You have to be rooted in data. You have to have something to feed it, right? It's like that mix between art and science that people talk about, the mix between gut and intuition and knowing your numbers. I think for anyone who's coming in the beauty industry now and how rapidly it's moving, right? Not just only because of AI, but also because of the new channels that are coming, right? Commerce is being disrupted. I think one of the things that you can do and equip yourself is being grounded in facts and insights, but being able to act quickly on what it is that your community or what is it that you're in service of and what is it that they need, and putting that at the heart of everything that you do, every decision that you make.
If we're good, I think you've answered quite a few things. If there's anything else that we haven't discussed, that if you want to plug something, now's the time.
I think you're ready because you want to go through your E.l.f. goodie bag there. I think that's what you're doing.
Did you want me to go through it now?
Why don't you go through it?
Okay.
Oh, I can't wait to talk through it
All right,
with
let's
you.
do it.
All right, let's do that.
Okay. Woo.
There's a much bigger bag. This is the one that's acceptable for this room size.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. Ooh.
Oh, you have to get your Power Grip Primer.
Okay.
#1 product in mass, an amazing star that grips your makeup with that amazing dewy finish. I have it on today, so hopefully it'll last me till 3 a.m. I will not be up till 3 a.m., but I'm saying that it can do that.
Right.
So for the girlies who want your makeup to last from 6 a.m. to 3 a.m., this is it.
Noted.
This is it.
Every time I see that, I think of Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, yeah, that shower door stuck on her face.
Okay. Ooh.
What you got there?
Glass slick.
You got our newest. This is from E.l.f. Skin. This glass slick serum stick. I swear to God, our copywriters are trying to kill me because it's like a tongue twister. But I will tell you that is well worth the tongue twister of the name, because this is exactly what's going to give you that beautiful plump finish. It's going to give you that bounce that everyone wants in their skin. And you're going to love it. Glass-like plump skin. Who doesn't want it? Sign me up.
You had me at serum because I'm a lady of a certain age.
And it's a serum on a stick. So you don't have to touch. You don't have to use your hands.
You guys are thinking of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Glow Reviver.
Oh,
Slipstick.
slip stick. This is amazing. This lip oil stick is incredible. I actually have it on. I'll tell you one of the reasons why this went into the packaging that it went into is because I was sick of using a steak knife at dinner to apply my lip gloss. So we made it a stick and it went into this really premium packaging, magnetic, by the way. So it never gets lost in your cosmetic bag. Doesn't just open up while you're traveling. And you can use this as your mirror. You can also use it as your broccoli check.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys have really been like sitting in rooms thinking about all the things. Okay. Lip exfoliator and coffee.
Okay. So you talked about your caffeine not kicking in. Guess what? You can use this to kick your caffeine in the morning. Okay. So exfoliate your lips so you get that beautiful, luscious, smooth. It's like, think about it as a canvas prep for your lips.
Noted.
Not just great for the winter, but also great for the summer. And what else did you get here?
Glow Reviver lip oil.
Yes.
Plumping.
Yeah, plumping.
Okay, I don't know about I don't need plumping.
Okay. Oh no. First of all, I love it because it gives you that little subtle tingling, cooling effect. So I feel like I use it for the effect on my lips, and just a little bit does a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you've got your 2. Okay.
Okay.
Got your Glow Reviver lip oil, star of our big game campaign.
Halo Glow Silky
One of our
Powder Highlighter.
newest. Okay. So just a little swipe On your cheekbones, magic.
And the pièce de résistance. Invisistick.
Okay, this is my kids and my husband's favorite. Okay, so because no one wants to apply sunblock in the summer, right?
Sure.
At least my kids are running around. And this one is the perfect application because one, it's invisible. Second, it's an SPF 50 sunscreen. Okay, it's also water resistant, which means my kids can go in the pool. You don't have to touch on, and you can actually just apply it. It's a stick that just glides on. So it's perfect for those who are sports goers, gym goers, swimmers, you name it. You're active this summer, and it shouldn't be summer. I mean, even for ski.
Yes.
Get
a lot
your
of people
SPF 50
don't
on.
think about that.
E.l.f. skin.
Yeah. Like you could be yes, you're skiing. It could be cold, but you still need
You
that.
got to protect yourself from the UVA and UVB. So that's an amazing product.
Like a boxer, protect yourself at all times. Also, it's 90 something degrees today in New York, so I might need that.
It's going to be great. You're going to love it.
Well, thank you so much. I have a lot of goodies. I might have to share with my team because I just can't have that bounty and not share it.
Oh, that's very generous.
Maybe
of you.
the plumber.
All right. Maybe one.
I have to figure it out.
Just one. Just gonna share one.
Laurie, thank you again for being
Thank you for
here.
having me here. What a pleasure to be with you.
It's truly been my pleasure.
It's a great conversation. Thank you for inviting me.
I mean, a lot of companies are out here doing things, but you walk the walk, and you like your advocacy, your just equality. You're more than just a beauty disruptor. You're doing it out in the world.
We're a
and
different kind of company.
You really are, and it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.